I'm Tiffany with Premagazine. Thank you for having us.
Anytime, anytime. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's cooler in LA
Oh yeah.
than the previous days, so
Oh, it was hot out here, man. It was bad. It was super.
here
I think it like broke everybody's air condition for a little bit.
for sure.
For sure.
Wi-Fi done. Everything stopped working. Yeah,
Too hot, too hot.
way too hot. How are you though? How's it
I'm,
going?
I'm good, you know. Like everything's blessings. Beautiful, beautiful. Not the best times right now, but we're still alive. We're still
Mm,
going and can't stop, won't stop.
I feel it. I feel it. Sorry, my background's like kind of loud, but how has the pandemic affected, making and finalizing Raise Your Boy?
Actually, the pandemic made it easier to finish, to be honest, because we got everything done with all the features we wanted, and actually listening to the music, sitting down and creating a vibe, and like just strategizing the whole album. And finally, we at a point where it's pretty much it's done, but we're just getting everything else done, like all the paperwork, everything else that we have to get done.
Yeah.
So it's just a blessing, to be honest, to actually sit back and reflect on all the times. And I got to create more songs for Rage Boy and better vibes that's gonna definitely be fresher breath air for people's ears.
I feel that. Do you think because of the pandemic and you were allowed to, have so much more time that you were able to really just perfect Raise Your Boy?
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. So Stun on You is a hit. It's everywhere. It's on ESPN. It's like
It's everywhere.
everywhere. So dope to see.
Yeah.
Um, so with the creative process for the track, did you know you wanted the baby on the track?
Yes, I did. I really did. I heard him, and then I stuck with it, and we made it happen. We actually made the whole situation happen with both of our teams, and it was just such a fun process making that whole song, and just making the whole video too. Creating the video was even better because we got to actually vibe and figure know each other's energy and stuff. So that was cool.
That's dope. Yeah, I was gonna say what inspired the visuals because it's so dope. It kind of reminds me of like lottery ticket a little bit, but I was like, it's incredible. So what
What
inspired
inspired is just we wanted to feel like we're stunting, we're doing, and especially during the pandemic, it was so hard to do that, but we made it happen. So it was just cool that we made it safe and sound and made it just perfect, and it came out to be a movie and exactly how we wanted it to be.
that? So with the pandemic, what hurdles did you encounter with making the visuals?
Oh man, permits, how many people, like you have on the shoot, all that, it's like everything that requires during this whole COVID-19 thing.
Yeah.
With me, I don't know. It's still different, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So what pushes you to like continuously like we're just gonna do it, we're gonna figure it out, like this has to happen.
Oh, we made it happen. And we everything was the requirements met each other, so that's all that matters. And we got the video done. We got the song out in time, and we're gonna keep stepping on people's necks with this good music.
I feel it. I'm excited. Just to kind of look back a little bit, Tommy Lee had massive success, like crazy, crazy success. Has there been, pressure trying to recreate a Tommy Lee record?
Um, Nah, not at all. Cause Tommy Lee, that's a sound. That's like a song that was created for that moment of time. And there's gonna be other moments of songs where y'all gonna be like, "Can you create this song over again? Can you create that song?" No, I'm gonna keep creating new songs. That's just gonna be vibes and moments for the time we're living in and for the future. You feel?
Yeah. And then when you say like vibes and you describe your music as like genreless, can you just talk to me like why do you find like being in a genre limiting?
Um, Cause it limits you to just making music. You never know. Like I don't just go in the studio and say I'm gonna make a rap song today. I'm gonna make a trap song today. I'm gonna make a pop song. It's whatever my vibe is and whatever my whatever my mood. And it's not like I'm making a song like, oh, I'm going for this type of crowd. I'm going for this type of crowd. I'm literally making a song that is just so new and like, oh, this doesn't sound like nothing, but it has so many different mixtures of sounds in them. It just it can be related to any way. You know, you can go. Some people you never know. Again, someone from the hood can listen to it. Someone that's a businessman can listen to it. So I'm just making music that just is creative at the end of the day.
I feel that. Do you think because you are a Black artist that they try to put you into a category?
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just proved a lot of people wrong. I got the cover of a rock playlist on Spotify. Like it's not too many people that do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter what color you are or who you are, like what gender, whatever you believe in. It's music, and music is a sound, and it's gonna keep. Music is always gonna be here when we're dead and gone. You know, it's a frequency at the end of the day.
Exactly. So, what was your introduction to rock music?
The internet, just internet, to be honest. The internet, if it wasn't for the internet, and then my parents too, they always listened to everything. My parents listen to literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I found music on my own, and I fell in love with just the lifestyle of rock, of like Green Day, My Chemical Romance, Hawthorne Heights, Jim Morrison, The Doors, Sex Pistols. That whole lifestyle was
Mm-hmm.
just like so rebellious and not giving a fuck and
Mm-hmm.
being the black sheep and just doing what you want. And like it went from like, oh, this is a rock. It went from like, oh, this is not it. Like this is like not the way why y'all listening to this music, to like labels going to these shows and like wanting to sign these David Bowies and Madonnas and all these different people I can think of, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just it's always a new wave that's going, that people not going to accept that first, and then everybody wants it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Do you look at yourself as like a Black sheep? Was that like kind of that relatability factor in the music?
um Definitely at first, like, because like in the beginning no one really believed in it, you know. Like when I had my team and they were pushing me, people were saying, nah, that's not it, that's not it. And we kept working, we kept grinding, and we kept putting out quality, and we just kept doing it, and we were the black sheeps, and now we the we're the black sheeps that the other sheeps follow. You feel?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, just looking at your discography, like you work with some of your idols like Billy Joel, Blink 182, Travis Barker. Like, what is that like? Like, that's amazing.
um Damn. It's fucking crazy. I still reflect back on it and be like, damn, these are still legends. And the
Mm-hmm.
music that we have ain't out yet, but we did music, and it's just I can't wait till people see that we breaking barriers out here, and like anyone else can do the same thing. Like if you want to meet your legend, your idol, you can. It's that easy, you know. You just have to just believe and put yourself in that position to not give up.
Mm-hmm. So, what in those moments, I mean, has it always been that for you, just kind of like pushing yourself, not wanting to give up? Or was there moments where you're just like, I don't know, this is kind of difficult?
To be honest, I never just had the fear of giving up.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, like weird obstacle will come my way, I still make it happen. I still like smile at the end of the day and just keep moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you moved from Florida to LA.
Hmm.
Like, what was that? What was the driving factor behind that? That's a big move. Earlier on in your career, what was the drive?
The drive was just like, oh, this is it. I gotta go do it. I gotta go. Like I got a plan, and now's the time to attack the plan. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I built up a blueprint for myself where it was like a confidence level of like, all right, it's time to go out there in the real world and like really chase this dream that I believe in, because obviously people loving it over here, and I'm growing a fan base. So what's stopping me from growing this fan base even bigger and bigger and bigger? So it got to a point where I just said, fuck it, I'm going full throttle, and I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah. What was it about LA specifically that attracted you to the city? Why not like Atlanta or New
This
York?
is where the music industry is. This is the end. This is the entertainment world. You know, like this is where it was created, and this is where the labels really are. This is where all the important producers and a lot of artists live. So it's like this is the place to be for sure. You know, Atlanta's a place to be too for certain people, like for their certain comfort zones, and New York is another place for people for their comfort zones. I just felt like LA was the comfort zone for me,
Mhm.
and because it's like, yo, this is, I wouldn't, if I didn't come to LA, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Mhm.
So everything happened for a reason.
Yeah. Was there a big moment before that move from Florida to LA that was like that driving point? Like, yo, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I was around Birdman and his whole, like, I was around the whole like Cash Money crew and shit at his house, working in the hit factory, doing videos, him like potentially trying to sign me, but I was such in a weird situation. I was like, yo, only way I can get out this situation, because it's blocking my blessings, is like just moving out and just going to make it happen, and going to the street, getting to the streets and making it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you go on to like tour for big names, like earlier on in your career. So what was like one of the biggest lessons from, touring with these big names about your artistry and your music?
Um, the growth,
Mm.
you know, and like watching people, like watching us, like I went on tour with St. John, and St. Look how huge St. John is, and now that's my dog. We talk every day, and we got records together. It's just like watching him go from that to where he is now. It's the same thing. It's like, damn, it's the growth of everything.
Okay. So with Ranger Boy, without giving too much away, how would you describe the music? Like what can we expect?
I don't want people to expect nothing. I just want them to expect something new.
Mm,
Because if you're expecting something, then that's what you're gonna get from that artist. You're like, oh, we already know what he's gonna get. Every time I drop an album, I want you guys not guessing on what I'm gonna do. You know,
mm, gotcha.
you can't expect anything but the best.
I love that answer. I love that. So post Ranger Boy, what would make you look back at the album and be like, all right, it did what I wanted it to do?
Um, I'm already focused on the next album right now. Like that's how I'm seeing it. Hopefully we're gonna be back out in the streets with it. About time, like everything gets really crazy with it. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really know. I'm just gonna let the future tell it all.
Yeah. So how do you want to be remembered?
Um, that's a good question. Never been asked that. How did I want to be remembered? Just being a light in people's lives, man. Just positive energy every single day, and just motivation. Being people's motivation and inspiration.
I love that. I love that. That wraps up the interview. That was perfect.
Easy, easy.
Super quick, straight to the point. Um, yeah, this was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much, and I can't wait for the cover to come out and stuff.
Yeah,
So it's
I'm
fun.
excited.
Definitely, I definitely excited to see it too.